Hello, in this presentation I will show you how to use the concatenate function in Google Sheets to combine data from different columns. I have a data file here which includes a list of all of the schools in the state of Georgia along with other information about these schools. If we look in the first three columns, we can see that we have some identification numbers for each school. For instance, in column B, we have the identification number of the school system ID. And in column C, we have for each school a unique identification number within that system. A combination of these two numbers creates a unique school ID for each school. So if we look, for instance, at the school in the first row, we can see that the system ID is 601 and the school ID is 177, and these two combined create a unique identification number for the school in the state, which is 601177. So let's pretend that I don't have this column in my data set, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide it. So if I only have the system ID and the identification of the school within the school system, I may want to create that unique identification number for the school in the state. So one way to do that is to use the concatenate function. So let's try and do that here. I'm simply going to type the sign equal and then concatenate. Notice that Google Sheet is going to recognize what you're trying to type and give you suggestions. And I'm going to use the concatenate function, and all I have to do here is list the fields that I want to use. And I'm going to use the system ID first, comma, and then the school ID, and then close the parenthesis and enter. And now I obtained the unique school ID. And of course, I can drag this and use it for all of the other schools in the data set. And if I am unhiding my column, I can double check, make sure that my concatenate function worked correctly, and it looks like these numbers are identical to the ones in the first row. So this is how to use the concatenate function in Google Sheets. Instead of selecting specific cells, you can actually type some text if you want to include text or numbers, which can be very useful in different situations. This function can also be very useful, for instance, when you have a list of names and you want to merge together the first name and the last name of a person, and so on.